Subscribe to Mastermind channel and click the bell icon to get the latest updates of our videos. So hi guys, this is Barsha and you're watching Mastermind. So friends, as you can see the environment, this is my terrace now. So I am in my terrace now. And many of our viewers, many of our subscribers had commented us to make a video and show us the books that you have to study if you're planning to take up science in class 11 and 12. So I'm going to show you all the NCERT books. If you're going to CBSE board, then it is quite obvious that you have to study NCERT books. So I'm going to show you all the NCERT books if you are going to take up science and if you're going to study science. So I'm going to show you all the books that are there, all the subjects of the science. And friends, we'll also be making videos for ISC students. If you're taking science, then I'll be helping both the ISC as well as CBSE students. And if you're taking commerce, then I will be helping all the CBSE students. So let us start. So firstly, I would like to show you, and yes, if you want to see commerce book as well for CBSE, if you want to go to CBSE board and if you want to see all the commerce book and if you're planning to take up commerce, then do write to us in the comment section below. So I'll be making a video on that and I'll show you all the books that you have to study if you are a commerce student. So firstly, I would like to start with your biology book. So this is your biology book that you have to study if you're planning to take up science. So this is your biology book. And friends, mind you, biology, it is just like your class 10, it is not that tough. It is average. So you can study that. Now I'll be reading out what are the chapters that are there in brief. So the chapters that you have to study in class 11 for biology, it is living world, biological, classification. After that, plant kingdom, animal kingdom you have to study. After that, morphology of flowering plants, anatomy of flowering plants, structural organization in animals. After that, cell division, it is there. Cell, the basic unit of life. It was there in your class 10 also as your first chapter. Biomolecules is there. Cell cycle and cell division. These are two different chapters if you come to class 11 and if you're taking CBSE board. But before in your class 10, it was same chapter. So this is there. Now the other chapters, transportation in plant, this is there. Mineral nutrition is there. Photosynthesis in higher plants. Photosynthesis chapter is there, which is quite easy. After that, respiration in plants is there, and then plant growth and development. So these were there. Digestion and absorption is there. Breathing is there. Circulation, body fluid and circulation, that is your circulatory system, as your class 10 it was there. So these are some of the chapters. I'm not going to go in details and video will be quite lengthy. So this was the biology book that you have to study. Now I'm going to show you physics book. So friends, it is not like your class 10 that you have only one book for physics. For physics, you have two books. So these are the two books, and these two books, as you can see, these are looking quite similar, but it is different. There are two books, part 1 and part 2. So this is your part 1 book. As you can see, it's written, both are same, but only difference is that color is same, but here it is written part 1 and here it is written part 2, as you can read if you can see properly. So these are the two books that you have to study. And physics is not that easy. Mind you, physics is a little bit tough. You have to study properly and you get many analytical questions in your physics. So this was your physics. Now I'm going to show you chemistry. So for chemistry also, you don't have single book. You have two books for chemistry. These are the two books that you have to study. And here the book cover, it is different. This is green in color and this is brown in color. This is your part 1 if you can read properly. And this is your part 2 book for your chemistry. So the chapters that are there, I'll be reading out the chapter first, part 1 book. In brief, I'll be reading out. So the chapters that are there, first is some basic concepts of chemistry. After that, you have structure of atom. After that, classification and periodicity in property. So this is your periodic table as your class 10. If you talk about class 10, then you had periodic table. So similarly, you have classification of elements and periodicity in properties. So this is your periodic table. After that, other chapters are chemical bonding and molecular formula. After that, states of matter is there, solid, liquid and gas. So this is a chapter. After that, you have thermodynamics in your class 11 for chemistry. You have equilibrium next. So there are 7 chapters in this part 1 book. And now talking about this part 2 book. So in your part 2 book, I'm reading out the syllabus. What are the chapters that are there? So redox reaction is there as a chapter. After that, hydrogen. After that, S block elements. Then you have P block elements as a chapter. And you have organic chemistry. So organic chemistry, this was there in your class 10 also. And this time it is quite hard. It is not that easy as your class 10. It is tough. Like in your class 10 also, it was not that easy. It was a detailed chapter. It was a very lengthy chapter. So here also it is lengthy. Many things are there, new things are there which you have to study. After that, you have hydrocarbons, and the last chapter, chapter 14. Here are 7 chapters and there are 7 chapters. So total 14 chapters are there, including your part 1 and part 2 books. So there are The last chapter is environmental chemistry. So there are 14 chapters overall if you talk of both the books. So this is your chemistry book. Now I'm going to show you English book. So English book, if you are taking arts, whether you are in ISC board or whether you are in CBSE board, English is compulsory. Whichever stream you take, whichever board you go, you have to study English. English is a compulsory subject. So there are 2 books. Sorry for this, actually this book is torn. It is quite old. So this is your Hornbill book and this is your snapshot book. This is your snapshot book. So Hornbill, there are poetry and prose sections, and here in your snapshot book you have prose, the chapters that are there, prose, all the stories are there. So this is your snapshot book, and you also had a novel was there, Canterville Ghost, but now it is removed from the syllabus of CBSE, so you don't have any novel. You have 2 books, snapshot and Hornbill. So now I am going to show you NCERT books for mathematics. So friends, this is your NCERT books for mathematics. So you can see this is covered. So I'll be reading out the content. What are the chapters that you have to study in class 11? So if you are taking maths, and friends, for mathematics, many of our viewers, many of our subscribers had asked us in the comment section that if you are planning to go to CBSE or ISC, whichever board, and if you are taking maths, commerce students, if they are taking maths, and science students, they are taking maths, then will there be any difference in the book? So friends, I'm telling you, I'm answering your question. Maths book, both will be same. You have to follow the same book. So now what are the chapters that are there? I'll be just reading out. So first chapter, it is sets. After that you have relations and functions. After that you have trigonometric functions. So friends, whichever board you go, whether state board, whether ISC board or whether CBSE board, this trigonometry, it is there in each and every board. And friends, in class 11 it is little bit tough, so you have to practice it. I recommend you to practice it from now only, from the beginning, so that it will be easy for you. There are so many formulas that you have to mark up in your trigonometry, so I recommend you to do it from now only. Now the other chapters, you have PMI, that is principle of mathematical induction. After that you have complex number and quadratic equation is there, which is quite average. After that you have linear inequalities, then permutation and combination, this is there. After that you have binomial theorem, then you have sequence and series. So friends, sequence and series, this is your AP and GP as it was there in your class 10. And AP and GP, the formulas which are there, it is same, and there are some new formulas that will come in class 11. After that you have straight lines and conic section is there. After that you have 3D, introduction to 3D geometry, that is 3-dimensional. After that you have limits and derivatives. And then you have mathematical reasoning and statistics is there lastly. And one more chapter is there, it is probability, it is there. But this time probability is quite different from your class 10. So these are the things that are there for your mathematics, and I'll also be suggesting you one book. So this is R.S. Agarwal book. If you are planning to go to CBSE board, so CBSE board, they follow, some of the schools they follow NCERT books for mathematics, whereas some schools they do not follow NCERT books. They follow NCERT books, but first they complete this book. They have to do this this one, you have to study. It is R.S. Agarwal book. So you can see the thickness of this book. This is quite thicker than NCERT book. Whatever chapters were there, here also same chapters are there, but there are more questions in this book. So you can follow any of the books whichever your school is following. So this is your R.S. Agarwal book. Now I have one more book. This is an additional book you can purchase if you want. So this is guidebook for your NCERT mathematics book. It is full marks mathematics, full marks mathematics. So you can purchase this if you want. This is the guidebook for that. It is not compulsory, it is not mandatory, but additional if you want the answers, if you want solutions for all the NCERT mathematics, all the whatever questions are there, if you want solution for that, so you can follow this book. So friends, in this session I've just discussed all the books that you have to study if you're going to CBSE board. I've shown you all the books if you are planning to take up science, and also I've shown you mathematics book and English book, which commerce students also they will be following. And if you want to see commerce book also, then you can write to us in the comment section. So friends, this was the video. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, then please do give the thumbs up button and subscribe our channel Mastermind. And do write to us in the comment section below if you have any queries or doubts, anything regarding your board exams or anything. Thank you.